Welcome back to the shop. This is Ray's Garage and I'm Ray Cornelia. This is your 1970 Nova February update. So progress has been a little bit slow. It's been a little chilly out here, like in the 40s. It's been in the mid 30s here, which is unusually cold for this area. As a matter of fact, my buddy Randy Richard, just 45 minutes above me, got over 3 feet of snow yesterday. That's insane. He's probably still digging himself out. Randy, hang in there, buddy. Anyway, no snow here in Clovis, but it has been chilly. Like I said before, I put on my beanie, my sweatshirt, run a little heater for a minute and go to work. So anyway, here's your update. I contacted Blueprint Engines this week, and good news. My 496 stroker big block is actually on the assembly line. So that could mean anywhere from 1 week to 3 weeks before it's here. Once I get that engine, things will start rolling pretty well. I have most of the parts in line, but you know how things go. Once you start assembling stuff, you find out you're missing a fitting or something like that. So anyway, we'll roll with it. I already have, as you know, my Hughes Performance 4L80E transmission. I already have that and the 3000 stall speed 11-inch converter. That's all ready to go, man. Hughes was like Johnny on the spot, man. They got my trans done quick. So it's here. What else? Let's see. I got some stuff done. Like usual, I'll walk you around the car, try to keep it to a minimum. As you know, I don't like long videos. I do not like hours and hours of editing. So I appreciate all your comments, and especially all the new viewers. Welcome. I appreciate all your thumbs ups. Really helps. And click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on my build progress. Anyway, just like normal, like I said, I'll walk you around, show you what I got done the last couple weeks. Like I said, it hasn't been much, but every little bit helps. Every little bit of stuff I get done now is going to help in the long run. As you saw in the last video, I have the subframe installed. Well, I did that so I could run my brake lines. So the front brake lines are done. I finished the rear ones. I'll show you that. And I got some other things done. So enough of this jaw flapping. I'll walk you around and pick up in some areas I forgot to show in previous videos, and we'll go from there. Here's a shot of my Hughes Performance 4L80E in the box. Like I mentioned, I have an 11-inch 3000 stall speed converter that goes with this trans, and we're using the US Shift Quick 4 module to control this, since it's an electronically controlled transmission. I meant to show this in a previous video, but what I did is I cleaned off this workbench and I made this like my paint mixing station. So all the painting tools are here. So Philip and I, this is where we mix our paint, prep everything. I got myself some new spray guns for better quality finishes. I'm not painting the car, but I'm going to be doing most of the brunt of the body work, and like you saw, the firewall and the core support and some other parts. So this is a nice clean area. We change the paper from time to time. We do all our mixing here. So I wanted to share that. It's nice to have it away from everything else. I know I mentioned this before. I installed a Tanks Inc. EFI fuel tank, which has the fuel pump and the sending unit built right into it. I wanted to be able to access that fuel pump just in case something, you know, went south. So I installed this little access panel here in the trunk. Let me show you here. Come on. Ugh, I don't have fingernails. There we go. So now, as you can see, I can access my fuel pump here, my fuel pump AN fittings. This is the vent, and that's the sending unit. So it's all accessible. It would have been nice to move this a little further forward, but as you can see, I'm up in a curve here, and this flange is flat, and I didn't want to modify all that. So anyway, it's just primered right now. The whole trunk is going to get, I believe it's called xylitone or xylo. Yeah, xylitone. It's that black aqua trunk coating. So I'll be doing that, but I don't want to do that yet because I still have some body work to do on the quarters and things like that. So anyway, trunk's looking pretty good. It's super clean. Just got to clean it up, and once it's coated, it's going to look brand new. I believe I showed this before, but this is the CE Auto Electric trunk kit. This is my battery box, but they provide the Rockford Fosgate circuit breakers. These are 200 amps a piece. So this is, you know, power in. It's open right now, and then once you close the breakers, it's power out. I got my ground strap going to the frame rail, and then the kit also comes with a whole bunch of grounding straps, so you can ground the frame, the front subframe, the rear frame to the chassis, subframe, transmission, radiator. It comes with all those grounds. As you know, grounds are very important. That's why the ground cables are as large as the positive battery cable, because it's a circuit, it flows through. I got the shifter mounted in its new home, and I also used these nice little fancy washers that Philip makes for me on his CNC machine. So got that installed. I still didn't drill the hole for the cable because I'm not sure where it's going to poke through yet. I temporarily have my steering column installed with a temporary steering wheel. This is all temporary setup. For distances, I got to get my distances, chest and to the dash pad. I did get my safety harnesses installed. These harnesses came from Crow Safety Gear. These are custom harnesses made for this car. All the lengths are custom lengths. So I got shoulder harnesses, chest harness, whatever you want to call them. I got the lap belt. It's all 3-inch. And I need to get a light back in here. I'll show you how they're installed. I did not want to put a roll cage in here. Let me get a light back here. Okay, so here's the Y harness. I know a lot of you are going to say that's not safe, that's not NHRA legal. Guys, this is a street car. I'm not going to be racing this car, maybe once or twice. Anyway, this harness is at the proper angle. These have to be at a certain angle for them to be effective, and they are. It's attached where the factory seat belts behind that seat are located. So I got one on each side. There's the driver's side. That's the correct angle that is recommended for a safety harness. They come up over the headrest, and then it splits into the two right here on the other side of the headrest. They are very comfortable. Crow is a great company to work with. I spent a lot of time on the phone with them. The belts were, like I said, custom made to my order, to my lengths, and they are all perfect. They included extra adjustment in all the straps, and I'm very happy with these harnesses. You know, safety first, guys, right? Oh, I went with the latch system and not the cam. I like this better. I've had these before in previous cars and Jeeps and stuff, and I really like these. Here's a driver's side shot. I got the rear brake line done. This is a 1/4-inch line. These are 3/16 for the front, but this is from the front to rear line. Goes all the way back. That's done. These two will have to come off once I remove the subframe again. That's the only thing attached from the subframe to the car itself. Here's my steering column mocked up with the U-joint. This is a 1-inch double D hollow shaft with a 3/4-inch double D solid shaft on the inside. Go into this U-joint, and this is a 30 spline on my Borgenson 12.7-to-1 power steering box. There's a little further away shot. I did. I showed the Wilwood master cylinder and proportioning valve in the last video. Here are some of these trick little washers on the radiator support. I'm going to be changing them over to match the theme of my other ones, which are they're 5-spoke. I don't know if you could see that, but hey, pay attention to detail, right? All little detail matters. This is the Ridetech mounting system for the core support. All the spacers are exactly the same as came with the subframe kit. I don't have the power hooked up where I would prove it, but yes folks, that is an ashtray with a working cigar lighter. And that's what GM called it, a cigar lighter, even though everyone used them for cigarettes. Everything on this car works. I mentioned this before. The dome light works perfect. It's not very bright, but it works great. So I had a couple people ask about that. So yes, I got an ashtray with a cigarette lighter. I purchased a set of these race ramps, wheel cribs. The rear ones are 12 inches high and 16 inches wide. And my front ones, walk you around here, they're 12 by 12. And guys, the reason I got these is you have to adjust your pinion angles, front end components. This car is very low to the ground. So this, and when you adjust these things, you have to be on full curb weight. So these are all leveled out. Take you over here. This is all leveled out, full curb weight on the car. Well, once the engine and transmission's in. And that'll allow me to adjust the pinion angle, front end components, and have access to under the car. So as you can see, it's up. Well, the cribs are bringing it 12 inches higher than it would sit on the ground. So there's plenty of room under there for me. And even if you're a big guy, no problem. You can fit with no problem at all under there. So that's kind of nice. Nice addition. They're lightweight. All four fit in the trunk, no problem. Usually you see these race ramps at car shows, maybe the racetrack. It's a good way to keep your car stable, and it's a lot easier to move around than making them wood cribs. I know it's a little more expensive, but you know, space is a virtue around here, so that's why I picked them up and I really like them. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was like seat riveting action, but anyway, let's hope on the next video we have an engine. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and until then, see ya.